Somewhere deep in the woods, there lived an evil rat with torn eyes and a good horse. There was always deceit and greed in his words. One day, the moonlight rat gets drunk and talks to himself.
Do you know who you are? I'm a forest prosecutor. Can I have a drink? No one can stop me.
Then, while driving into a resident carriage, he crashed into a tree and had an accident.
Look at this now.
Drink.
Did you perchance pilot this? The impolite bear conjures memories of the forest prosecutor daring enough to question my authority, officer.
Isn't it cursed? He's a bad guy who pretended to be a prosecutor before. Do you think I'm a test if I'm a test?
This noisy neighborhood animals began to gather, and then the raccoon screamed.
Isn't that the realm of rodent examinations?
Let the raccoon scream. The mouse quickly ran away. The runaway mouse was afraid that he would soon go to prison, so I decided to change the check system.
Should I ascend to presidency, replacing judicial officers and congressmen with compliant youngsters whose judgment would come upon me? What if I met with trial proceedings, for I am the president?
The next day, the rat registered as a presidential candidate, and I stood on the platform.
If you pick me, I will get 25 boxes of fruit every month.
A raccoon who was listening to a speech at the podium asks a question. How much?
You said it was because the otter who disappeared while being investigated for corruption before was ordered by a rat.
How do you do it?
Has the task reached completion? I'm unfamiliar with that creature. He remains unknown to me.
In the woods, I knew everything. The otter was the head of the corrupt construction that the rat secretly abandoned, and it was a missing animal under investigation.
Truly? What stories do these images tell? Engaging in golfing and camaraderie.
You said you didn't know at that moment today.
I'll stop here.
After the speech, Jew consulted with the lizard, the rat's subordinate.
All right, rat protection, and I will touch the mall a little, so if you become president, give me a high position.
On the eve of the vote, Bieber was given honey and pearl necklaces by lizards to turn a blind eye to bad behavior, and dogs secretly put their votes in the ballot box at night. The animals did not know this and voted for their candidates. In the end, the rat who mobilized bad methods became president. The mouse sits on the throne and smiles.
All my confidants shall craft the legislation, render interpretations, and erect barriers.
A few days.
When will the presidents of other countries send their congratulations?
This time the president of the Eastern Forest country became a rat, but I wonder if the president has a position. Next reporter.
But most presidents haven't contacted me.
If you don't contact me, then I can go myself, so what should I do?
The rat was not invited, but he went to a meeting of world leaders. The eagle made an unhappy expression when the mouse approached. The rat said,
Aren't you the freshly instated president of the Eastern Forest this time around?
He ignored the mouse, who was trying to shake his hand.
What? That cat is more important than me?
The other leaders greeted each other warmly and got along well, but the rats just had to watch. Meanwhile, in Eastern countries, the scene was broadcast live, and world leaders wanted to meet the president who would be competing, and some even appeared to worship him. The dogs and pigs supporting the mice sitting in front of the screen shouted with sparkling eyes. Do you see how other presidents respect you? Amidst the gathered, everyone could perceive the lone rat as an extraordinary entity brimming with allure in their perspectives. The actual truth remained unseen, swayed solely by broadcasted visuals. Contrarily, other creatures exemplify robust leadership. All could identify the prevalent oppression. Presidents from various realms congregate and converse without initiating such actions. Everyone in town cried that day. The dog and the pig cried with emotion, and the rest of the animals laughed and cried when they saw the mouse being bullied. Since then, President Rat has been nicknamed President Hosoji. Is the king who is ignored by everyone really the king? Your small donation will go a long way toward teaching children. Please leave your comments in the comments. Subscribe, like, share, and set up notifications.